Hi, this is going to be the final video in Making Simba Simple series. But before we move on to the assembly process, I'd like to take a moment and thank all my Patreon supporters. Patreon members get access to pro version of the files that include assembly holes, and this error-proof fabrication guide is very easy to follow and can be used to teach any unskillful worker to finish the chairs for you. This is the exact process we use to fabricate one chair per day in our small workshop. To subscribe to our news, support the project, and get the files, go to Make Better Furniture website and let your robots make cash. Hello everyone, it's time to assemble this chair. It has been finished, and in the last video I pre-glued all the parts and I applied body filler. Since then I sanded all the parts with 100 grit sandpaper. Then I applied sanding sealer and I sanded 240 grit after. And then I applied 2 layers of lacquer without sanding between layers. And it feels quite smooth. I used dead flat lacquer because I don't want glossy feeling, but I will still smoothen the parts that will touch the skin. So after assembly I will wait for 24 hours until the lacquer finally cures, and then I will slightly sand everything, all the customer facing surfaces, with the 400 grit sandpaper. And to finish the assembly you will need a threaded rod. I will show you how I cut it. And to cut it you can use a hand saw like this, or you can use a grinder like this, and I will use this. But if you are using this one, you need to use gloves, hearing and eye protection. These things can be dangerous. And I also prefer to smoothen the edges of the threaded rod with the special drill bit I bought on AliExpress. And it's just for safety, so nobody cuts themselves, especially if children are involved. I will use stainless steel washers and stainless steel end caps for 3/8 rod spanners. And this is how I clamp the threaded rod. And we will need 4 threaded rods. I will cut them slightly longer than I need because it's always a little bit different size. It depends on the thickness of the plywood, and because we have so many layers, small difference can make it, the differences are amplified. So I will cut 2 pieces by 28 inch. I will cut 1 piece 24 inches, and I will cut 1 piece 21 inch. Let's start with marking the 28 inch piece. Make sure you wear something to protect you from the sparkles. Okay, now we're left with the parts, and first position them in front of you in this way. So first position the armrest with this thing facing you and with this thing flat on the table. The mirrored part will be mirrored. And then you can have a couple of back legs. Yeah, so we're going from the sides in the middle. And here we have the backrest parts. They are all the same, going that direction, except this one, the last one. It doesn't have a spacer here. And then there is an extra piece like this. We'll go here. And we will place it like this. And the seat parts, the seat cushion is, all the parts are facing this direction, and this piece is here. Now I will start with the smallest threaded rod. So you see I have different size of threaded rods. Those are 28 inches. This is 24 and this is 21. So find the smallest one and take it. Then apply a washer and a nut. And when you're spinning this, I highly recommend using a glove, because those threads are so sharp. Sometimes I cut my fingers. Okay, so I placed one washer and one nut on the smallest threaded rod, and I will start from this side, but it doesn't matter which side you start, and just start collecting all the parts on it. Maybe children can do this. This is actually a little bit fun. And you see we have some extra space. We will cut it off later. So first part is the smallest threaded rod. The next part is we take the smallest one and we find these two parts. So take any back legs are exactly identical, and take this part that was extra. We will need to place them like this and make sure that the hole is see-through. So I can put the threaded rod like this. Now I will start adding backrest pieces, alternating them with cushion. So by now you should have this kind of construction. Flip the legs. Usually I do this outside, but this time I want to film the process, and this complicates everything. Ta-da! So here goes the Simba. Still need to tighten all the bolts, but here it is. And I'm sorry if you can hear noises on the background. It's my sanding team. I hired two people full-time to sand and finish the chairs for me because I have a large order of 20 chairs I need to fulfill. We will need to make sure we align here. Now let's cut the extra threaded rod, and this washer and nut together, they will take around 1 centimeter. You need to make sure that all the nuts are tight. They are tightening, are compressing the plywood. This chair design really relies on the compression that bolts bring. If there will be no compression, the chair will be flexible and not solid. Nice. So this is Simba Simple, and I will just shake it and move it like this, and I will gradually tighten everything, make sure everything is aligned, and then I will leave it for 24 hours. And then I will sand with 400 grit. You see I have some final retouch in some places there. So yeah, and this one is crucial to align. So you need to unscrew it a little bit, and then if you see that this piece is lower, then you just, yeah, like this, and then you can also adjust the whole thing to be flush. And then the other side.
And by the way, the worst piece, this is the most terrible part. And this is what we made with it, and yeah, it looks terrible, but overall it's okay, because this one is for personal use. I will not sell it. If I would plan selling it, of course I would recut some of the parts, probably. And also here you can see why I rounded the corners not all the way. And it's done. Simba simple.